Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where I talk about Christ, faith, purposeful living, and love. And Happy New Year! I know this is the first video for the year 2026, and it's not because I didn't want to upload anything, but a lot has been happening. For those of you that are new here, my name is Temitayo Ladipo, and I do quite a lot of things. But I just got a new name added, which is a director and an executive producer. Ooh, celebrations in the air. All right, so earlier this month I worked on a movie that I have been working on for some months now. We officially shot the video and it was a very amazing ride, and I'm here to share the story behind it. It's quite interesting, trust me. The title of this particular episode is The Gift of Men 2. You might be wondering, where's The Gift of Men 1? Gift of Men 1 is actually not on YouTube, it's on Spotify. But if you are listening on Spotify, just check the previous audio to find The Gift of Men 1, while this is The Gift of Men 2. But if you are watching from YouTube, you have to go back to Spotify. Okay? So yeah, today I want to share a back-end story of how the Holy Spirit inspired me to write a movie, everything that happened, right? The whole story and continuation of The Gift of Men. So in 2025, August, I cannot forget. So before I resigned my job officially in September. That's where I work, right? I resigned in September, but before I resigned, I got someone around my neighborhood who always takes me to work, drops me off somewhere. I pay, but it's not as much as when you have to hop from one vehicle to another, and then you get squeezed. If you are in Nigeria, Abuja to be precise, you should understand what I'm trying to say. And so all of those hassle, and I just prayed to God, I said, God, please help my life. And so God connected me to one of my neighbors that I just have to walk a few steps to his house, and then we go to work together and come back together. Sometimes he even has to wait for me in all of that, but I'm really grateful for that season. Yeah, so in August, we were on our way to the office, and a night before, someone had come into my DM and had asked questions about addiction, how he could be free. A lot of things were just going on in his life, and I could feel the pain, especially when he told me the amount of years he has had to suffer for it. I mean, it was a lot, and I get people coming to my DM like that because I have a book around that area, which is Broken Sheep. So when they read my book, they come and they ask questions. And so this particular day, this guy came and he asked the same questions. In my mind, I was like, I was really touched. I promise you, I was really touched. And so that particular morning, we were on our way to work, and he was playing, I think, a radio, and I could hear some sounds, and I was just trying to around the conversations I had with this guy. I felt really bad because the devil is doing a lot. And then the Holy Spirit dropped it in my heart that I work on a movie. And I'm like, a movie. In my head, I was like, okay, a movie. But later on, it became impressed in my spirit that this is not just another thing. This is like a real thing, like you have to do this. And I'm like, okay, this is becoming more serious than I thought. So I picked it up, and one thing I said I was not going to do last year is that I don't want to disobey God at any point in time. No, that's not one thing I want to do, because I know what disobedience has cost me. So I told myself, Temitayo, you're not disobeying God this year, okay? So I reached out to someone. I reached out to a couple of people. How much do you write? Prices were outrageous. I'm like, it's just something short though. I know I write, but I don't write script when it comes to movie. And I believe that if God has given me that idea, I need to take it, I need to be more serious with it. So I sent it. I found somebody else that would do it way cheaper, but he could still do that, and I paid for it. So after paying, I think in September, I can't remember the month I paid, but we started work. So going back and forth, and I called for cast and everybody was ready, and the script was ready officially in December, right? So when it was ready, one of my friends said, okay, before we take this out, why don't we share it with one of our fathers, that's a mentor to us, and he's in this space, especially when it comes to theater and media arts, when it comes to storytelling, when it comes to writing, he's there. And she was like, let's give it to him. He spent years. And I'm like, I never even thought about it. So I called him and I said, oh, daddy, I want to send this to you. He said, it's fine. Okay. In my mind, I'm like, he's just going to say one or two and he's just going to return it. I wish. So I sent it to Prof. Duga. People that schooled in Fulafia, they know him. So I sent to daddy and he was like, oh, it's a good movie. He said, the feedback he gave was quite, I'm like, it was more like that particular script could produce a movie, but it could be more. Like, it's just there. And so I'm like, this thing is just there. I mean, I've already put it in my head that we are doing something. I already knew I didn't want to do anything mediocre. I already knew I didn't want to do anything small. I already knew when it comes to the things of God, I want to be intentional about it. So I told myself, I said, Timmy, we have to get something to write. We have to rewrite this again. And so a couple of weeks into getting that script done, I met someone. I've explained this particular one in part 1 of The Gift of Men, but then I'm still going to come to this just to establish the whole story, right? So I had met someone at a awards night I went to represent one of my boss, and when I went there, I met this guy. If you want to know how I met him, please just go back to part 1. And so I spoke about how he helped me write that book. He helped me write that script. I mean, this script came in few days to shoot. Few days to shoot, I promise you, few days to shoot. That was when and we wrote it together. He wrote a part and he's been busy. I just had to write the last part, most of the second to the last. So he just rearranged it. We wanted it to be in 3 parts. So he wrote part 1, I wrote part 2 and 3. But you will not know which is part 1 and part 2 and 3, of course, except if you have the script. That's aside. I want to move back to something very important. When I wanted to shoot this movie, I asked God, I said, God, I know you were the one that gave me this idea. I don't know if this is how you want it to be, but I believe you don't want anything small. So I went ahead, I wrote down the things I need to get. It was running in thousands of naira. Promise you, it was running in thousands of naira. I had some particular money saved up. I said, okay, we're going to use it, but I knew it was not going to be enough. And a lot of places, where you have put your heart, where you have structured something and said, this particular thing, I'm going to do it. This particular thing, I'm going to do it. And by then, money will fall out. You always, and I feel like God was trying to teach me something, because after every single detail, maybe at the end, you'll find out why all of this. So every place I put hope, even some of the works I did not get paid. If I got paid, I promise you, I will not need to think about money. So people were owing. I had some money, but I knew I needed more. So this particularly during Reboot Camp also was talking about, the providential God. Reboot Camp is a annual meeting for Celebration Church International, where we just go, retreat, get ready for the next year. And so that particular morning, that night, Pastor had preached about the providential God, and I was like, my heart was ready. I prayed and I told God, if you really sent me, you are going to fund this thing. I mean, you have no reason not to. The following day, one of my friends reached out during the meeting in the morning, and he was like, do you have a need of this particular amount? God is telling me to give it to you. And I'm like, God, so quick. I mean, it was really, really interesting. The following day, that particular day, he said, okay, we're going to talk about it after Reboot Camp. And after Reboot Camp, we spoke about it, and he still sent extra money. And I was really happy because I knew how much I needed at funds. That was aside. God provided and God sent in more things. For the equipment I used, if you're following my Instagram page, Talk with Temi or Temi of Nations, or you're following my story here, you're going to know that some of the things you saw, most of them I didn't pay for it. Some of them came in free. I just called my friends and everybody started, it be like people, they donate things, and people donated to that particular cause. That's the gift of men. I've started talking about the gift of men already. The next thing is the director of photography that we plan on having. One of my friends couldn't make it because of some things, and a day before we were still expecting that okay, the issue was going to be sorted, but it was not sorted, and we needed somebody on ground. So I reached out to one of my guys, and no, we hardly even talked, but I just reached out to him, let's say some Sundays before shooting last year, and he was like, anything you need. So I said, okay, you said anything I need now. I called him immediately, and he was like, it's fine, he's going to make it. I say it's tomorrow. He said, fine, where? Then we location. And even our first location, can you believe he got there before me? I mean, God was just working things out, and it really made a lot of sense to tell you how much God is invested in every single thing He has given us. I'm trying not to forget any detail, I promise you. So the next aspect I saw the hand of God in this particular thing was, even when we went to our first location, we had shot almost everything, just one scene. Some security men came and they were like, you have to delete all of these things. I mean, is it every single thing we have shot? But it was sorted. Another part again was location we were supposed to use, location failed. I mean, all the location, as I'm recalling this one, this person saying failed, as I'm calling this person saying, I'm like, what is going on? But God provided at the last minute. The place we used perfect, everything we needed perfect. God sent hands. Is it the people that were like, it was so much. The cast and crew acted like siblings. It was more like we've known each other for years, and that's the testimony around. Is it when we wanted to go for our first location, I'm like, okay, what do we need? The first day we needed to mobilize people. Where are we going to? I really did not want to waste money on unnecessary things, except it was necessary. I didn't want to waste funds. I know the money was there, but of course, I'm kingdom minded when it comes to managing God's resources too, right? So I really wanted to cut a lot of costs. Then I thought about it. I said, wait, I have a sibling and she has cars. What am I looking for? Immediately I picked up my phone and I called my elder sister and I explained things to her. She said, fine, you can come pick the car tomorrow morning. Everybody was happy, and I'm like, this is what I'm trying to talk about. The following morning, I went to her house, picked up the car. She even assigned her driver to pick us. Used the whole day. I'm trying to remember every single detail. I just want to let you know that if God has given you an idea, He's going to strategically put people in place to ensure it gets done. And He's going to ensure that you don't suffer in it. I promise you. So when God gives you an idea this year, run with so much audacity and ensure that every single thing He has put in your heart, you are ready to do it. I can't tell you, there are a lot of things. I'm just trying to highlight this part to tell you that God was there to carry me to ensure that every single thing was done. So this is my charge to you today, that when God gives you an idea this year, run with it. When God asks you to do something, go for it. And don't disappoint God. Okay? I've come to the end of this episode. I promise I wanted it to be short, but I wanted you to know that God is with you. And I wanted to use my story to let you know that God is with you. Okay? And ensure that you are serving God to His fullest. It was just a lot. God, there's someone that's going to feature in my movie. I'm trying not to spill a lot, but I hope people are not getting a glimpse already. But there's someone that featured in my movie that she's so dear to my heart. And when I told her about it, she said she's in. And I'm like, okay. And she did it. Like, God just strategically put people around my life to ensure that every single thing worked. Even at night, we were shooting at night. There was no casualty. There was even the place we were supposed to have issues. God was sorting it out for us. There was a day there was no light. And We could never get access to a generator. There was no light. So the location we use, there is always light there. But this particular morning, there was no light. I almost cried. I'm like, God, please, these guys are waiting. We are trying to get things done. And after a while, my friend, one of the guys that I worked with, just walked up to me and said, "Tim, don't worry, you'll be fine. Even if we shoot into the night." We did shoot into the night. But this just say that God strategically placed amazing people by my side. And I don't take that for granted. And ensure that you're doing what God has asked you to do this year. I'm not going to stop saying that. He is with you. Alright. Thanks for watching my little piece. And yes, when Broken to Shape is coming out, you should be the first person to watch it. If you have not subscribed to this YouTube channel, subscribe now. I'm watching you. Subscribe now so that you'll be the first person to get notified when Broken to Shape is coming out. Okay? And wherever you see my trailer, wherever you see any detail about Broken to Shape, just kindly reshare for people. It means a lot to me. Right? Thanks for watching. Bye. I'm just trying to remember because I really want to give God thanks. But in all of this,